Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. Let's start off this video with some cleanup. The other day I dropped a video in which I was talking about Maya. Your love is like, whoa, Maya. But during the video, there were pictures of MIA. Jay-Z's MIA. Alright, so after that happened, a whole bunch of people came into the comment section and they were like, oh my goodness, Source, that's Maya, not Maya. Okay, but there were two people who took it further than everybody else. One person jumped in the comment section and they were like, are you dumb? That's MIA, but you really mean Maya, goofy MFer. And then somebody else was like, Source, you gotta be an AI mixing MIA up with Maya. And then had the pictures of clearly two different artists. I'm tired of y'all stealing from our swag. Okay, so first off, who is y'all and who is our swag? I'm a black female who was born in America, so your swag, baby, is my swag too. Now, the problem that I have with this comment is this. By you coming on here and saying that I'm AI and I'm not a human and I'm stealing your swag, what you're actually doing is calling me a liar. And I don't appreciate that because as an African American Christian woman, I don't lie. I might mix up a few names and dates because I'm not going off a script, but what I don't do is lie. And two, for the person who's like, are you dumb? That's MIA, but you really mean Maya, goofy mother cuffer. Let me tell you something. You know what's goofy to me? What's goofy to me is this. When you jump on here trying to correct some facts, when you don't even have your own facts straight. Because if you did have your facts straight, then you would know that I record my audio and then I send my audio to my video editor. He then makes the video and then he posts the video on YouTube. So he selects the title and he also makes the thumbnail. Now, what occurred is this. When I was talking about Maya, MYA, he accidentally thought that I was talking about Maya, MIA, because both women were blackballed and both women were told that they needed to sexy it up. So, for everybody in the comment section talking about Source, you don't know nothing about hip-hop and R&B, and you trying to steal our swag and culture. Ninja, I was in the studio standing right next to Maya when she was recording one of her albums. Where were you? Now, I'm saying all of this to say that I don't mind people jumping in the comment section and correcting misinformation. Please do. If I make a mistake, get in the comment section and let me know. However, what you're not going to do is jump in the comment section calling me a mother cuffer for something I ain't do. And as far as my video editor is concerned... Listen, mistakes happen. He makes 3 videos a day, every day, and he does a damn good job. So, I'm gonna put some respect on his name because that's not an easy job, and sometimes mistakes happen. Alright, so now that we got that all cleared up and everything's copacetic, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into it. Alright, so as you know, the other day A$AP Rocky was cleared of all of his charges, and as soon as the jury said not guilty, my man A$AP basically jumped over the barrier in the courtroom like he was Sha'Carri Richardson jumping over some hurdles to get to his girl Riri and his kids. Now, after seeing how quick A$AP Rocky tried to get to his girl ASAP, a whole bunch of people had something to say in the comments. And one person was like, if my man don't fly to me like this, I don't want him. And then somebody else was like, he love him some her. That jump was giving a little bit of Olympic medalist. And then after that, somebody else was like, all he wanted to do was hug his woman. And then, last but not least, somebody else was like, she gonna be pregnant by tomorrow. You got that right. But here's the thing. You know what I loved about that scene the most? It's not like he sat there and thought about that or he was trying to do that for the cameras. That is where his mind, body, spirit, and soul led him right back to his family. And I love to see it because the last thing that I ever want to see is a young black man who's out here trying to do it get ripped away from his family, especially when he loves his family and his family loves him. But I gotta tell A$AP Rocky this. No more play pistols, Rocky. No more play pistols. No water pistols, no BB pistols, no nothing for you. You can't even put a rubber band in between your fingers and point it at somebody. No, you're done. No more GUN play for you. Absolutely no more GUN play for you. Because what you almost did because you weren't thinking is you almost went from laying in a bed next to Riri at night to being in a cot under Diddy. Alright, so as you already know, legendary record producer and record executive Irv Gotti passed away way too soon the other day. R.I.P. to Irv Gotti. Now, during his funeral, a lot of notable stars showed up to pay their respects, including Jay-Z. And also, during the service, Ja Rule got up to say a few touching words about his brother.
Nene, love you, Nene. I know this is tough for you too. He's home now, he's with Bobby, with V. I mean, this is my brother, like Chris said, it's the biggest honor you can give somebody who's not your blood brother to say they're your brother. And let me take these glasses off. He deserves that respect. We started this journey together a long time ago.
No. Good inspiration. See, no, reverse was wrong, baby. You would done it. You don't mind. Gotcha.
Let me tell you something, whether or not you were a Murder Inc. fan or not back in the day, nobody can deny the contributions that Irv Gotti made to the culture. So rest in peace to Irv Gotti.
I tell my kids, I tell my two boys and my daughter, I always tell them, I'm like, conquer your fears. And I say, the success in life, I said, first and foremost, is conquer your fears and don't be afraid of anything. Because I said, most of the time, people in this world, they're afraid of failure. They're afraid of this. I'm afraid of my test. Oh my God, I take a test today. I'm scared, or whatever like that. Most people live with fears every day. So I learned early on, and I didn't even know it. It was kind of ignorant. It was just the makeup of me. I don't really fear anything in this world. And maybe it's my belief with God, whatever like that, but I don't fear nothing in this world.
Now, you may or may not know this, but Ice-T has received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And while he was giving his acceptance speech, Ice-T decided that this would be the best time to address his haters.
And last but not least,
I want to thank me.
I want to thank the motherfucking haters, because you really make me get up in the morning and be the best I can be. All the naysayers, all the people that wanted to end my career, now I'm on a walk of fame, bitch ass motherfucker. And that's the motivation. You gotta let them haters motivate you. You gotta if you want to go in the gym, go on YouTube, see somebody talking shit about you, then go get your reps in. You understand what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the haters, I definitely wouldn't have pulled this off. I swear to God. I swear to God. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you so much more to hate in the future. Trust me.
Hey.
I love y'all. Thank you very much.
Listen, let me know what you think about Ice-T thanking all of his haters for motivating him to greatness. Now, Ice-T wasn't the only person out here addressing their haters, because Trippie Redd also decided that he was going to put up a post to let everybody know how he's feeling. Coyle Ray's soon-to-be baby daddy jumped online and he wrote, "To every yacht that I ever did wrong, I'll do it again." Okay, so here's the thing. As I'm reading this post, I find that I don't even have a problem with Trippie Redd, because Trippie Redd's always tripping. I have a problem with all of the women who have been with Trippie Redd. It's like, yo, do y'all not have standards? Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm not perfect and I've dated a few less than stellar dudes in my own life. But never ever once in my entire life have I been in a club and looked across the room and been like, oh my goodness, I got to procreate with that dude that looked just like a Chucky doll. And I know, somebody's gonna come in the comment section and they're gonna be like, yo, you don't know Source, maybe Trippie Redd got a dope personality. No, he doesn't, because look what he just wrote online while Coyle Ray is at home pregnant with his baby. I gotta tell you, under normal circumstances, I would ask Benzino to go check his daughter's baby daddy-in-law, but Benzino's busy because he's in the studio rapping and making new music.
These niggas chatting, they ain't going live.
Yeah, see, Benzino's very, very busy. And after Benzino dropped a preview of his new album, a whole bunch of people came in the comments, and one person said, "Never seen so many tough senior citizens in my life, laughing my A off. Like, dude, you got grandkids, go chill out, LOL." And then somebody else was like, "Who's the target audience? Because everyone in your age bracket already grew up." And then after that, somebody else was like, "Ain't nobody slapping this song." Oh my goodness, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that Benzino's album is gonna go triple wood? Listen, I'm not even getting ready to get on Benzino. You know why? Because I will take Benzino rapping at 60 better than Benzino trapping at 60. So as far as I'm concerned, we've made great strides since like 2 weeks ago when Benzino was laying in a bed in a Motel 6 with his shirt off, making TikTok videos while he was trapping. Now, back to what I was saying about standards. One person who definitely does have standards is the R&B singer Mario. Because the other day, he was in a restaurant with his girlfriend, and when they brought him his plate, and the portions were way too small, my man was like, "What the cuff is this?"
Baby, are you enjoying the food?
Nah, this gotta be the one right here. It should come right now.
I mean, you sure? It's gonna be your bluefin tuna crudo. Have some Fresno peppers with a passion for granitas. What?
No. Go ahead.
What do you want me to do?
This is the real food.
This is the real food.
All right.
More food is coming. Sir, can you help us here, please?
How we doing, y'all? Is there anything else we can get?
Can we have some food? Because y'all sent out about 4 appetizers already. We need some food. Yeah, I ain't got no crawfish, no gumbo, no.
I don't. You let the other city, the restaurants in town handle the crawfish and gumbo. We try to do some elevated things.
No,
so we got some.
You elevating my anger right now. I need to eat.
You ready for the next plate?
We got going on. We got what is this?
This is gonna be our gnocchi. It's gonna be tossed in a fish to make.
I think you got the wrong table. We order food and we trying to eat.
So this is gonna be a gnocchi pasta on top of some blue lemon crab, shaved parmesan, and some truffles from Burgundy, France.
Okay.
Enjoy.
You gonna bring out another? Why y'all keep putting forks and knives down like we really about to eat some real food? That's the problem. We over here on the tables and not in the kitchen cooking. This is crazy right now. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yo, the dude in the restaurant was like, "Listen, we're trying to elevate your palate." And he was like, "No, what you're doing is elevate my anger. Go get me some real food." Oh my goodness, I just love Mario's response right there because he's keeping it real. How you gonna give me less food and charge me more? I mean, for real, there was less than 1 square inch worth of food on that plate. And that brings me to Safaree, because Safaree is seriously in need of some parenting advice. The other day, Safaree jumped online and posted a video in which he asked the question, "How old is too old for your kid to be sleeping in a bed with you?" Watch this.
Maggie, you need to start sleeping by yourself.
No.
Why?
I don't want to.
Why not?
Because I love cuddling with Daddy.
You love cuddling with your daddy? You're just trying to butter me up. Do you want to sleep by yourself?
No.
So if I put you in a room and lock the door, you go crazy? You gonna cry? I'll think about it.
No.
Okay.
This one's a tough one because you don't want to kick them out too early, but you also don't want them to stay in the bed so long that they become codependent. So here's my question to all of the people out there who have successfully raised children, and I mean successfully raised children. If you're listening to this right now and you're a 40-year-old mother and your 30-year-old son, Marquise, is in the bed next to you, don't answer this question. Alright, so to all of my parents who have successfully raised children, at what age do you think it's appropriate to kick your child out of your bed? According to the experts, you should transition your child into their own bedroom between the ages of 1 and 3 years old if you haven't already. But by the time they're 3 years old, your kids should definitely be sleeping independently. You take them to their room, you tuck them in, you give them a nightlight, and you say goodnight as you're closing the door. Listen, let me know what you think down below. Do you agree with the experts, or are you over there like, nah, Sauce, I vehemently disagree, and I got better advice for Safaree? Alright, so check it. I gotta run downstairs real quick, and while I'm running downstairs, do me a favor. Watch this video clip real quick, and let me know who's giving you the best Michael Jackson.
He gives a nervous sound, try to understand her side, to show that he cares. She gets in the room, she's consumed with everything that's been going on. She says, whatever happens, don't let go of my hand. You're living crazy, that's the only way to tonight. Been doing this stuff to do what you want. Finding line, do what you wanna do. This ain't no running mine. It's get the carol life. Hey, pretty baby with the high heels on. You give me fever like I've never ever known. You're just a product of my loveliness. I like the groove of your walk, your talk, your dress. I feel your fever from miles around. I'll pick you up in my car and we'll paint the town. You give me, baby, and tell me twice that you're the one for me. The way you're making me feel, you're really turning me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone.
Listen, they're all talented, but you know who I'm going with. I'm going with Drunken Uncle. Now, as you know, in 2025, conservative white guys are really feeling themselves. Source, can we please see what some of these conservative white guys are out here in these streets looking like right now?
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, get it, get it, get it, get it, show them girl, yeah, boom, boom, bow, bow, boom, 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 bow, 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 boom, boom, bow.
Yeah, I must say, that's a very accurate depiction, because these dudes are running around mad giddy, because now that Trump's in office, they're getting rid of everything DEI. Okay, so in the latest move to whitewash the entire world, we want it white, everything white. The Trump administration has given U.S. schools and universities a 2-week deadline to eliminate diversity programs or risk losing federal funding. According to sources, in a memo issued on Friday, the Department of Education ordered all institutions to cease using racial preferences in admissions, financial aid, hiring, and other practices. Schools must ensure that no policies differentiate students or employees based on race within 14 days. The memo also argues that diversity programs have fostered discrimination, particularly against white and Asian students. Colleges are also being warned against using applications essays to infer a student's race, despite the fact that the Supreme Court acknowledged that applicants could discuss how race has shaped their experiences. With the deadline fast approaching, universities must now decide whether to comply or fight back against what critics are saying is an attempt to dismantle long-standing diversity initiatives.
Donkey of the day for Tuesday, February 18th goes to the U.S. Department of Education. Well, should I say Donald Trump's U.S. Department of Education. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to what's going on in the world because it hasn't popped up on Shade Room just yet, let me be the first to tell you that Donald Trump and the Department of Education have decided to eliminate all race-based programs in schools. This is America, 2025. You know, America's core values allegedly have always been liberty, equality, and justice. These values are supposed to be the foundation of American democracy, but they aren't. Okay, never have been. It's liberty, equality, and justice for white men, and then there's the rest of us. All right. In fact, the only reason things like affirmative action exist is because government needed a remedy for the effects of long-standing discrimination in this country. Now, somebody needs to explain to me what's changed. Okay, in a country where systemic racism is literally rooted in every institution, the solution is now to pretend that racism and other forms of discrimination just simply don't exist. Let's go back to doing things the way they were being done before these race-based programs existed. So let's go back to doing what caused us to have to come up with the race-based programs to begin with. This is all part of a broader agenda to remove what they call wokeness from American education. And look, I don't care for wokeness either, okay? I believe most woke people just simply need some sleep. But the reality is, the playing field for marginalized students are not the same, okay? You can't just strip away those programs. That's like having a leaky roof and you decide to fix that leaky roof by removing the roof entirely. That would make no sense. Now, this is also the latest step in the Trump administration's move to reshape programs intended to make things equal for historically underserved populations as a form of racial discrimination. Craig Traynor, who's the Education Department's acting assistant secretary for civil rights, said related programs and scholarships, many of which have historically helped Black and Latino students attain college degrees our fine community, had come at the expense of white and Asian students, many of whom come from disadvantaged backgrounds. Now, let me read to you a quote from Craig Traynor because this is interesting. He said, and I quote, "At its core, the test is simple. If an educational institution treats a person of one race differently than it treats another person because of that person's race, the educational institution violates the law." Well, goddamn. How many institutions have treated white people differently and given them preferential treatment over every other? Okay. Traynor says, put simply, educational institutions may neither separate or segregate students based on race, nor distribute benefits or burdens based on race. I could be wrong, because I am not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. But we got to these race-based programs. We implemented things like affirmative action to make sure that policies and programs gave limited preferences to minorities and women, not just in institutions of higher education, but job hiring, awarding a government contract, other social benefits. They had to implement these things because if they didn't, white privilege would rule everything around me.
I mean, what's next? Are they going to try to make Sanford and Son white? Oh, wait a minute. Somebody's already done that.
I didn't know that you entered in that contest.
I didn't only enter into it, I'm going to win it.
Wrong. That's the first place you can enter that contest because you're not eligible. See, one of the things you have to be is a part of a certain race.
What race?
Human. Do like I tell you, forget about that. Bow out. Keep yourself from being embarrassed.
Why should I be embarrassed? I got everything it takes to win that contest. When I was born, my body was blessed by Mother Nature, honey.
And as you got older, it was cursed by Father Time.
I don't like being alone in the house with a married man.
Listen, if we were alone on a raft in the middle of the ocean, I'd rather kiss an octopus in the mouth.
Let's say China. Bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Don't get no rice on my clothes. Now shove that in your fortune cookie.
Listen, I know that's not your true feelings. I know that way down deep inside, you really love me.
Don't you touch me. I really love you.
Bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Hey, Pop, didn't you learn anything from the group? Now, I'm sure there's at least one thing that you can think of good to say. Now, think about it and say it.
Well.
Watch it. Careful. Look out.
What I'm trying to say is that you're overly generous. Every time you open up your mouth, you give away your ignorance.
Oh my goodness, let me tell you something. I would have never thought that in my lifetime I would ever see something like that. Anyhow, let me tell you something. A lot of people are laughing now, but at the rate that we're going, by this time next year, that's where we're going to be. Because a handful of billionaire trust fund babies are doing their darndest to revert laws back to the days when only white educated men with property enjoyed the luxury of full rights. And I know, somebody's going to come in the comment section and they're going to be like, nah, Sauce, you wrong. Because what Trump is doing is trying to even a playing field. Because all of these DEI programs are racist and discriminatory towards white men. Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, so what you're saying to me is if we're playing on a playing field and we're both athletes and we're playing a game of one-on-one basketball and you have handcuffed my hands behind my back for the majority of the game, and in the first 3 quarters you were able to score 75 points, and then in the 4th quarter I say to you, excuse me sir, can you please take off these handcuffs? And you're like, hell no. So I go to the referee and I say, yo, can you please tell him to take off these handcuffs? And the referee sides with me and he's like, yo, from now on there's a new rule. You can no longer handcuff your opponents. Can you please tell me, how in the world is that unfair to the person who handcuffed me? Now, because of the new rule set by the referee, you're still up by 50, but I done scored some points because you're out there playing basketball like you're DJ Khaled at the All-Star game.
Ever give up, it don't matter.
Everybody's watching. Everybody's watching.
Do not give up. Don't get discouraged. If you fall, get up. You keep going. Do not. I could have made it on the first shot. There's so much ice on me.
Now, while you're out there doing all of that, now that my hands are free, I'm out there dunking on you like I'm LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan combined. So, after I start making up a few points on a basketball court, you get all salty and you run to the referee and you're like, oh my goodness, this is unfair to me. Can you please make her put the handcuffs back on? And the referee's like, no. So then, because your daddy owns the stadium, you fire the referee and hire your own referee to handcuff me. What part of the game is that? And just so you know, that analogy is exactly what's going on here. Alright, so after Trump got reelected, planes started falling out the sky, Elon fired tens of thousands of people, including the specialists who run our nuclear plants, and then he tried to rehire them, but they done disappeared.
Ah, yes. The Department of Government Efficiency at work. First, Elon Musk's D.O.G.E team fired 350 nuclear security workers, including those responsible for reassembling nuclear warheads, because obviously that was where the real government waste was hiding. Then, just hours later, the administration suddenly halted the firings. Why? Because locking out the people who literally maintain the nation's nuclear arsenal turned out to be a terrible idea. Who could have guessed? Hint, everyone except D.O.G.E. Pantex plant in Texas, which handles warhead reassembly, lost 30% of its workforce overnight. And what was the D.O.G.E team's excuse? They didn't realize the Department of Energy also handles nuclear weapons. Fantastic. Next up, they'll be shocked to learn the Department of Defense isn't just about budgeting. The best part, now that the government of Musk has realized its mistake, they can't find any personal contact information to get these people back. So now hundreds of fired employees are stuck in limbo. The nukes are missing key handlers, and we're all left hoping D.O.G.E doesn't accidentally cost cut our way into Armageddon. Great job, guys.
Some young black guy who's still wet behind the ears jumped online and he was like, oh my goodness, where's Kamala?
Now I say this with the utmost, however you want to interpret, but where the fuck is Kamala? Y'all know, y'all remember her, right? The woman that y'all told me that I was supposed to, like, vote for, that didn't make me feel any kind of hope. Where is she at right now for the millions of people who did vote for her? Regardless of my feelings, regardless of how I feel. Where the fuck is Kamala? I guess she's just gonna disappear into obscurity, right? Go back to being a governor or whatever the fuck, and just leave the people that she did manage to give hope somehow to fend for themselves. It's just us screaming at the government, begging them to hear us, while they obviously ignore us and make every deal that isn't in our interest. Where the fuck? Like, I've seen Tim Woltz, I've seen Jasmine Crockett, I've seen a couple of different people whose names I don't know, but that are talking that shit. Kamala rode out TikTok through her whole entire campaign. Where was she for the TikTok ban? Why isn't she the one who made the deal? Where's Kamala?
Oh my goodness, are we serious right now? You want to know where Kamala's at? Y'all fired her. That's where she's at. She no longer works for the federal government, so there's nothing that she can do for you, boo. Even if Kamala came back out riding on a horse with a sword like she was Michonne from The Walking Dead, there's nothing that she can do. You know why? Because y'all gave that man all 3 branches of government, which means that y'all put that man back in the Oval Office with unchecked power.
He's back!
Oh my goodness, the nerve. Let me know what you think about this young guy talking about, where's Kamala? Listen, let me know what you think about everything that we discussed in this video, and while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Peace.